The EU has prepared 700,000 shells for Ukraine out of promised million, said Josep Borrell. We are currently at the level of approximately 700,000 455mm shells. We are not yet at the target level, but the West is increasing its capabilities, said Borrell, stressed that the industry of the European Union countries is still increasing its capacity, so the production of ammunition continues. I want to insist that we will support Ukraine. We assume the possibility of targeting Russian territory, the diplomat added. Borrell stressed that sending military instructors to Ukraine is not on the agenda. However, the creation of a coordination center in Ukraine is being discussed. Ukraine does not sit and wait for help to come. No way. Ukraine helps itself and produces its own shells. Fulfilling the request, the Ukrainian defense industry has already completed tests of its own 155mm shells and, according to the Ministry of Strategic Industries, plans to start the mass production in the second half of 2024. The first batch has already been manufactured. Active work is underway at several public and private defense industry enterprises to establish mass production of 155 shells. Oberon State Concern confirmed. Along with producing ammunitions and its own facilities, Ukraine is launching joint ventures with Western defense companies. According to the Ministry of Strategic Studies, Ukrainian companies have agreed with 2 unnamed American firms and 1 European, famous Rheinmetall, to join produce 155mm shells. It will take more than 2 years to launch joint ventures to produce 155s in Ukraine. The sale of shells from such production will be based on the market principle, but Ukraine will have the first-hand right. In addition, the German-French KNDS is teaming up with also unnamed Ukrainian partner to produce 155s under KNDS license, which Mr. Commission said was the first of its kind in Ukraine. So in easy terms, we need to have means of war to win it. We're getting it from EU and the US, and we are helping ourselves just as well. Also, First Peace Summit helped a lot. How come? First Peace Summit, some may ask me. I'll rather divert an option to answer to this question to someone who knows it best.
After the summit in Switzerland, where a diplomatic track has been opened, and the answer from Putin, traveling to North Korea, traveling everywhere where he can get arms, is clearly preparing for a long war. In our side, the diplomatic track has to continue working, but we have to increase our support to Ukraine. We have these revenues coming from the frozen assets, and we have to look for a way in order to use them, avoiding any kind of blockage.
You know what? Let's just take a step aside and watch why Ukraine needs as much shells as we can get. Here is what happened in Kiev and Sumy and all over Ukraine tonight.
Внутрь подать ствол, включивали это центральный вход, здесь взорвалось его.
This is why we need shells. To end the war on our terms, Ukrainian terms, that is sovereignty and freedom for Ukraine and the world. As we are fighting a bloodthirsty Soviet monster who, when losing his own turf and on the actual battlefield, sends hundreds of missiles at sleeping cities in Ukraine. And if we fail to defeat him, he will do exactly so to you.